2, 1. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. We are back with a quick live here. We've got BANANACB in the VC, as well as everybody else. Peter's Odd Comet, Baby Packs for Life. We got lots of guests today, so we're doing a quick roundup heading into the BMHL Cup finals for both tiers, as well as some other questions for BANANACB. So, Comet, I'll let you take it away. Here we go.
Um, First question, obvious one. What are your predictions for the BMHL finals? Like, what do you expect to happen? And any series winners, possibly, that you can guess?
I guess we'll start with tier 2 first. The Wendigos are on fire right now. I think, based off what I've seen, I think they have a real shot at winning it. That should be a good series. But I'm gonna definitely go with the Wendigos on that one. And then in the other series, oof, that's tough. Man, Armada has not been playing that great to be honest, but I still think Armada's gonna pull it out. I think it's gonna be 7 games, and I think Armada's gonna beat the Winterhawks.
Ooh, ooh,
That's
ooh.
my prediction in 7.
This that series has some very split decisions, from what I've noticed. Everyone's
It's
split
gonna
on
be
who
a
they
hell
think.
of a it's gonna be a hell of a series. So yeah, definitely not gonna want to miss that.
Um, Tier two wise, going in, nobody really predicted a finals in which two originally said to be tier three teams. The literal only reason they're in tier two is because they combine tier two and tier three. What is your thought process behind, okay, these owners are actually possibly potentially the best owners for tier two or in the league? Like, what's your thought
Um,
process?
we generally like to get experienced owners. Um, so there's a review process when we select teams, and we have we try to limit it as best as we can. We try to take the best candidates. So usually the candidates that we choose are the ones that have the most experience. So like the ones that have previous experience owning a team, rather if it was in other leagues or in the BMHL, it doesn't really matter. But that's like one of the factors, and the other factors are definitely your age and your maturity level. If you have a good reputation, and if you're one of the older guys in the community, you definitely have a better shot at getting a team. So I think that's really helped tier two. And the reason why everything is so close, like you said, like these teams weren't really on the radar before the season started. I think it's just that we got good owners for them, and also the fact that there's trades, so they can trade for like better players and build good rosters before the trade deadline hits. That's why I think there's so much parity in tier two.
Okay. So, as you see, as I assume you know, I would assume you know, that, sorry about that. Oh, okay, Tarzan, could you take over for a second?
Yeah, you're good, man. Okay, so I have a quick question for you, BANANACB. Let's see here. Like, in your opinion, heading into the finals here, what are the best players to look out for in each position? Like, who are the best players in each position, do you think, for each team?
Um, like in tier two or tier one?
Just both tiers.
To be honest, I haven't watched enough hockey to really know the rosters that well, so I don't really like know who the players are on the teams. I've only watched like a few games. I've just recently started to go into games because I'm kind of tracking some data and some stats on things right now. But I don't know. Just like I think Wendigos just are on fire right now. They just seem to be clicking on all cylinders. So I really like the players they have. That's the best I got for you. Unfortunately, I haven't been paying enough attention to know who's on what team.
No, it's all good, man. So my next question is gonna be related to like streaming wise. How do you think like this overall year has gone for like BMHL? Like for the first time, we're not actually using YouTube. Like TikTok, we've gained about 4,000 followers, and me, For Life, and Flash was here. We're all, I would say, a big part of it, and everybody really on the team. And how do you think that's gone overall?
Well, I was the one that was like hesitant and against going to TikTok for such a long time.
Oh.
But I think going to TikTok has been the best decision marketing wise that we've ever made before. It's just like I didn't think like the community would behave if we went to TikTok. I thought we were gonna get like a lot of toxic people joining, but no, they've been extremely well behaved in the community that I've seen so far. Those TikTok people, and also it's brought a lot of attention to the league. Like, and it really seems like people really like it. So yeah, TikTok's really helped us gain definitely more viewers and more eyeballs on the league, for sure.
Absolutely. I've had the huge honor of helping get us there. And For Life, I want to bring you into this too. What does it like mean to you to be able to have an opportunity like this to be provided to the league and also help expand our viewership?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me, as well as good to see you, BANANACB, as well. I mean, honestly, it has really just been one of the highlights of my BHL career. I mean, I came in season 9, obviously, I wasn't really, I'm not really well known as a player.
Hockey dogs.
Yeah, Vandy. Vandy's an OG. I've known him for a very long time. But obviously, coming in, being a mobile and being someone who's more known for just kind of being a meme player is not really something to do. So I do give credit to a certain man named Gerald, Greenville.real. He is an absolute legend. He was the one who actually recommended me to Wario to do a stream one day. And that first stream was actually with my good buddy Flash. And honestly, just I kind of had this opportunity before of just being able to just commentate, like being from Columbus, I commentated a lot of Jackets games in my room, just just to practice. I've always fell in love with it. I always thought it was so fun, and finally being able to just have an opportunity to get on a mainstream site, as in TikTok, seeing how popular it's growing. I've been just given this incredible honor of commentating the 1,000, 2,000, and 3,000 follower games. And that's just absolutely ridiculous to see how much this league has grown. From being averaging maybe about 20 viewers a game to a point where we had 270 viewers in a stream. Really just, obviously credit to Wario and Itano for running that production. Flash as well, who has been arguably the biggest part of my career in terms of color commentating. He has just been there for me in terms of helping me and just having fun. And a lot of guys in my career, but it's honestly like really cool. I mean, obviously, it's Roblox, so it doesn't really translate as much to the real life, like something like that. But just being able to provide a difference, being able to be seen around the league sometimes in public server games, things like that. People saying, "Hey, are you the guy on commentary all the time?" It means a lot. And if that's how I go out of this league with my legacy being the guy who screams into his microphone at 10 o'clock every night, then so be it. That's some. I'd much rather be known for something at least than nothing. It's just fun to come in here, have a little bit of fun, even though it's Roblox, and just provide fans with something to look back on and be like, hey, there's that really loud guy who always screams into his microphone, and maybe even people find that annoying. It generates us a crap ton of money, so I think that's perfectly fine. And yeah, that's just my take on it.
Sweet. Yeah, I gotta say, man, it's been a huge honor to be with everybody like you and Flash. Like we've all worked some games together and had many great memories. And honestly, Ben, I think the hesitancy really paid off, didn't it? Especially considering we're nearing 4,000 followers, and the fact that we're getting nearly like For Life said, nearly 200 viewers a game. Now that's not exactly all the time, but it's getting up there. I think that's going to be a huge factor heading into next season.
Yeah, I think it's going good. That was summertime though, so we'll see when we get into autumn and winter. when we start the next season up, we'll see if the momentum can maintain itself. But so far, it's looking pretty promising. It's been good so far, for sure.
Absolutely. Alrighty, Comet. Well, I'll hand it back to you since I'm sure you're probably all good to go now.
I am all good to go. Thank you. Sorry about
You're
that.
good.
What question about next season and just can you verify? Because we've heard some slight mentioning of possible things that are changing. Like they just recently verified the draft, they verified some general team numbers, but can you yourself verify anything that will be changing going into next season?
Yes. So we're going to have players switch sides. So that's one thing. So every period you're gonna switch sides. And then there's gonna be a easier arena setup, and it's gonna be done before the season starts. So there'll be new arenas before the season starts. Wario says there's going to be new goalie animations. I think he's already shown off one of them in the Beam Show Discord chat. So there's that. And then we're also looking at in-game currency. We want to introduce that for next season, and then also maybe start getting started on custom equipment. So like new equipment and maybe some custom equipment stuff. We'll see if there will be enough time to do that, but I definitely want to get to that for sure. And yeah.
Another sorry about that. Another question. Um, some people, I know it's a little bit of it's a little bit of a weird subject, but sorry, but have you ever considered this chance of bringing back shootouts?
Yes. I We'll have to talk to Wario about that. I think we've had one meeting before where we talked about it and we agreed that it should definitely come back. We just gotta figure out how to do like the coding and stuff. I kind of got a system going. It's not exactly perfect, but it's a start at least. So we can maybe look into that more. For sure, we'll
Mhm.
get to like penalty shots and shootout stuff for sure. I don't know if it'll be this season. Maybe this season. For sure, by the season after that though. Sure.
And then another question. So how will team selection and tier selection be decided next season? Because there has been no confirmed qualification tournament. And from my knowledge, Wario has said that there is going to be none.
Yeah. Um, I don't think it's confirmed yet what we're doing. I think there's going to be more meetings first. There's definitely some stuff that has to be discussed. But yeah, we got to get to picking teams probably soon here, probably in like a couple of weeks. Probably start picking team owners for next season. Get that process started.
I know for sure that this next upcoming season there's going to be some really good team owners, including myself, by the way. But yeah, I know there's a lot of people interested. Um, just a small little um thought. Have you ever considered adding the 3-2-1 points table system?
I think we haven't talked about that in a long time. Maybe that'll be a good thing to bring up at a meeting. Probably one of the team owner meetings. We'll get someone to bring that up
Because I
because
have
yeah,
a
it should be
feeling,
talked about.
yeah, I have a feeling that would bring some pretty fun times in the BMHL, in my opinion, with a 3-2-1 system, make regulation more. Because I know there are some teams that are just like, just get it to overtime, we'll still get 2 points. But I feel like just that extra urge to get extra points in regulation might give some teams more motivation to end it in regulation rather than overtime or shootout.
Maybe. It's an idea. Well, I'll definitely bring it up. See what they
Okay.
say.
Well, that's all I can really think of at the moment. Petterzod, do you have anything?
Apart from asking about the commentary, everything like that. The one question that I've been. God, what is the one question I've been? God, I think I'm good. It's just been a huge honor to be able to get with you because it's definitely been something that's on my. Oh, Four Life wants to ask you a couple of questions. Yeah, we'll get Four Life in here. Why not? Go for it, buddy.
Just first of all, I don't really know like if this has been answered or not, but just what are we looking at for a award ceremony right now? I mean, I saw Wario posted some stuff about like the dates, or it might have been Trojan. I'm not quite sure, but just something along the lines of that. I mean, what are we looking at? Is it gonna be the same format as the years past? Just to hear from you about that.
I think it sounds like it's gonna be at Gummy Blocks' location again, stadium or whatever you call it, venue. And I think it's gotten delayed because school started for some of them, so they wanted to delay it further back, which I understand that. So it's probably gonna be in about 2-3 weeks, I think. It's not gonna be anything special or anything automatic. It's gonna be manually done, I think, again, just like last
Okay.
season.
Yeah, I mean that's really all I had. That's just the one thing I was mainly wondering. Seems like the boys got everything else. So yeah, back to you, Mr. Peterson.
All right, and then don't go anywhere, For Life. I got a couple of questions for you. So, ever since we started commentating together, like, what inspired you to actually start commentating?
So I mean, there is just ever since being a kid, obviously I've just loved hockey. I've been a hockey fan for the maybe 3/4 of my life, and unfortunately I got injured a while back playing hockey. I haven't really shared with a lot of people pretty badly, so I kind of got my hockey career cut short from that, and so obviously that wasn't gonna keep me out of it, and I've just whenever from that point on, it was just kind of like find whatever ways to get back into hockey I can, and I kind of realized this. Like I've always been just my personality is kind of been just like a talker. You know what I mean? Like I've always been someone who likes to carry on conversations, start conversations, things like that. And I feel like that just like watching the game and being able to like commentate and get to know players, even just in real life as well, personally, as well, because obviously commentators for play-by-play analysis get to travel with teams and things like that. It's super super duper fun to do. Once again, connecting with people who you don't really get to see on a daily basis. You see in the chat people who come back and watch from former streams and just things like that. It's just why I do it. People always come up to me and be like, why don't you're not getting paid for it? Why do you do it? It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just for the fun of it, being able to build relationships. Like, Peter's on, like, I had no idea who you were before I started commentating, with all due respect. Like, and then, all of a sudden we're best friends, you know what I mean? Things like that. And it's just things like that that I'm grateful for. And yeah, that's basically, yeah.
No, I don't take offense to that, honestly, because I definitely am one of the most unknown people in the league. But obviously now people know my name because all of a sudden I'm playing the public game the other day, and then all of a sudden I get recognized. And then the other day when I was streaming with Wario, something that really touched me was apparently somebody's mom was watching us, and she said how it impacted her kid, how much it impacted her kid that she was watching us. And I've never had that before, and the way I felt after that, I'm telling you, dude, that was the most humbled I've ever felt, because that just shows me that what we do, it has a lot more of an impact than you actually think. Even though it may just be a computer game, at the end of the day, these little kids growing up, they actually don't know the impact until they actually see it firsthand. And for me to actually see it firsthand, it was pretty nuts. Like, I'm like, dude, this feels like I'm like John Shorthouse, for example. Like, he gets recognized all the time around here. and John Garrett as well. Both Canucks commentators, and just to feel, I guess, how they feel in a way, it's wild. It is very wild indeed. And then I've got one last thing here for Life. How do you think this this finals is gonna go? Especially considering for the commentary, we're gearing up for the finals. How do you think that's gonna go overall for everybody?
Yeah, I mean, just like deviate from commentary, because I've been talking a lot about. I mean, it's just being in this position to be in the finals. Like, it's super cool for me because I've never ever in 6 years in the league been in the finals, like even in the playoffs before. And then Flash Doodle, obviously the owner of the Stars, was able to bless me with the opportunity to be co-owner main owner while he was away, and I was in charge of dealing with things at the deadline. And I feel like the team that me and some of my other colleagues were able to assemble, it was just something. There's just something in this team that I've never seen before. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. There's something that I've noticed where we don't have to have good chemistry in order to succeed. You know, we've seen things like random combinations, like for example, Bray and Remy have played on a line in earlier in the series, and they've been connecting like insane. You know, just things like that where this team is deviating from more being of a one-man show or two-man, Remy and Quick or whatever, and you're starting to see guys up and down the lineup stepping up, and that's something that, I love. And with, this series is all sportsmanship. Our entire team respects and loves the Marquette Wendigos. Their story is arguably as better as ours. I mean, Sammy is an incredible guy, an incredible owner. He deserves everything his team has been through in order to get here. And just whatever happens in the series, I obviously hope the fans can put on a good show, and just that we play our best, no trolling, no ulting, no cheating, anything like that, and just show that the teams who got there deserve it. They got here for a reason, and that we're not going to take this for granted. Our team is ready. We are going to be swinging, and we are going to be fierce, and we are not going to back off.
Alrighty, well, Comet, do you have anything final to say before we end it here?
I had something, but I can't remember it. Just watch; it's gonna come back to me when we're off stream. I can't remember it.
That is all good. Alrighty, well, I think that's going to close it off here from us at World Sports Network. BANANACB, was a huge honor to have you on, and definitely looking forward to having more here, I am sure, as lots of us are looking forward to next season and this finals. It has been a fantastic playoffs. Actually, that is one question I want to ask you. How do you think this playoffs, even though you aren't really watching as much as you used to, how do you think this playoffs for overall everything has gone for this season?
About what I expected, to be honest. There's been some accusations of cheating, but that happens literally every single season. So it's about average, I'd say. Some good and some bad. About what I expected. Nothing too ordinary. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster like it always is. You get kind of used to it after a while, and it's to be expected because it's the playoffs. It's emotional, a lot of ups and downs for these teams, which is understandable.
Absolutely, and I think this year if I'm not wrong, isn't there a prize pool for the team that wins both tiers, or is it just tier 1?
Yeah, it's the first year that we're doing Robux prize for tier 1 and tier 2.
Okay.
This is gonna be the last time that we do Robux prize. We're gonna do we're gonna do a digital currency next time, like an in-game currency. So it'll be more controllable. So that way, if someone does get caught cheating, we'll be able to take it away from them. Just unlike right now.
Yeah, that is a very good point. All right. Well, Comet, any final thoughts, or are you all good?
Not that I can really think of. Dan, it was really a pleasure to have you join us tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. I really like these stories of you guys's with the broadcasting, and I like the one of the mother there. That's awesome. That's the same reason why I do what I do, is like stories like that. Just that's what we want to do at the end of the day is just help people out, you know? If I can get someone playing a sport in real life, that's a win for me. So any story like that, I love to hear, for sure.
Absolutely.
And thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Well, everybody, that is going to do it for this live podcast heading into the finals. Thank you all very much for tuning in, and we will see you all next time. Take care, everybody.